Hey everyone, looking for a new gaming headset? We're going to be checking this one out today. At some point, every gamer starts looking for a solid USB headset. So today, we're going to be checking out the Creative SoundBlasterX H7 Tournament Edition. Let's get into the specs. Getting into it, it's got a flexible steel headband. It's actually pretty durable, as well as the brackets that hold the drivers. They're made out of aluminum. They're 50mm drivers. Now most headsets are 40mm and these are 50mm, which is more or less the new standard, but 40mm was the old standard. Very good on the drivers there. It's got a detachable microphone. A lot of USB headsets don't come with detachable microphones. This detaches using a 3.5mm plug, and it's a flexible sort of steel boom on it, so you can bend it and get it out of the way, or just move it to wherever you will find most comfortable for it. As well, in the inline connector that it has, you can connect via USB or you can connect via analog, so you get options as to how you can connect it depending on your system setup. And also the cable on it, whereas most headsets have a braided sort of fabric cable, this one uses a durable rubberized cable, so it's should be pretty tough. So installation of the headset software, trying to get that going, it's actually really quick, just off of the Sound Blaster website, the creative website for that one. And really cool, it's fully featured software. It has controllers, software control for the pulsing or the LED on it. You have audio profiles, even game specific audio profiles that are custom tuned to hear specific sounds, like focus on footsteps, focus on enemies in the distance, that sort of stuff. Music mode, different stages modes. You make it sound like you're in a big sound stage or smaller stage. And as well, all of that is fully customizable. It has some general software control as well, so if you don't like the preset ones, you can just make your own. And the even cooler part of that is you can save that profile to the headset directly, so if you were to be taking it somewhere else, like to a LAN party or a tournament, as the title suggests, it's saved to the hardware. You plug it in and that's the profile it will use without you having to download that software again on that computer. One more software feature that I actually found kind of interesting on there was something called the Scout mode. Now, the Scout mode advertises itself as letting you be able to identify enemies in the distance and around you a lot better. Now, this sounds like some sort of trickery or magic that most people will write off, but I tested it out, and while it makes minor sounds a lot louder, so where you can identify where they're coming from a bit better, it actually works. But one little problem with that is it also makes some of those sounds louder. So you can sort of hurt your ears a little bit depending on how loud your volume is and everything, but that doesn't take the fact away that, to me, it worked. It's actually a useful feature on the headset, so I really dig that. Just a tip on that though, is that actually the software allows you to set a hotkey for that, so you can turn it off and on dynamically without having to Alt-Tab or go into the software while you're in your game. So if you are in a position where you need to sneak around and focus on your surroundings, you can turn it on and it will help you out in that situation. Now, one thing that most people using a headset really focus on as well is how good does the audio sound. I mean, obviously that's the headset, that's what you're using, but gaming headsets are tuned a bit differently than headsets for music. Now, a headset that can do it all is kind of rare, but in this case, it does seem to get everything pretty good. Now, highs are pretty clear on it. The treble, the bass on it is pretty good. The mids are a bit flat when listening to music. Realistically, it has a custom EQ. You can do all the sound profile stuff I mentioned, and that EQ lets you adjust it to your liking, fully customizable. So as much as the mids are a little flat, overall for music listening, it's a pretty good headset too. So let's talk a little bit about the microphone. It's clear, which is the most important part. It doesn't get too much bass in the voice though, but as a headset microphone, well, you're listening to it right now because this whole section we're recording is on the microphone as it is. And well, I hope you guys like how it sounds. It's good. for a headset. Let's talk about comfort, because that is a big deal when it comes to headsets, especially if you're going to be wearing them for long periods of time like most gamers tend to do. It will start to hurt your ears on most headsets. Not this one though, because most headsets tend to rest on ear, whereas these ones comfortably fit over my ears. I have kind of big ears, kind of a big head too. But so to me, these are very comfortable. They're leatherette memory foam ear cups. They do get a little bit warm since they're not like the fabric open ear kinds, but they're still very comfortable. The inside is very clear as to which side's which, right, left. So the headband is, like I mentioned, steel. It's in a flexible steel, and then these parts right holding the ear cups are aluminum. Very flexible though, so you can bend it around and it's durable. And well, you got a memory foam, I guess the pad here on the top. It adjusts, not quite self-adjusting, but you do have the level of adjustment right here. And well, overall, it feels like solid build. It's comfortable. It's got the microphone that is on the steel boom. You can remove it. Pretty good setup. So this is the inline adapter, and you do have, if you're listening to music, pause and play control on it with this button. You also have the inline volume right here, and you can disable your microphone as well, although that is a bit of a tricky feature on this one, because if there's anybody listening to you, if you're streaming, if you're on Discord, people might get a slight jolt because clicking the microphone gives a loud thump sound, and that sound can be a bit jarring to some, especially if they have their volume turned up all the way. So a little bit of a downside there, but it is a nice feature to have either way. So in conclusion, honestly, I think it's a pretty good headset. The H7 Tournament Edition goes for about $100 online, and it competes with a lot of other really solid headsets in that price range, but it does stand alone with some really good features. It has really good positional surround audio if you really need to be able to pinpoint where your opponents are in the games that you're playing. And I've had experience with a lot of headsets, anywhere from $15 to $200, anywhere from the Razer Tiamat 7.1 all the way down to a $30 or $40 Senti Arches headset. And in my opinion, using this headset, I feel that this has been the best headset that I've used so far. So I can recommend it based on that. It all depends on your budget, whether it's something you guys would like, but it gets a thumbs up from me. And well, really that does it. So if you guys like this video, click that like button. Subscribe, we always got more coming. Stay tuned, we have our weekly streams Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Pacific. We have a merch store if you guys want to pick up any of our stuff. It supports us, you get some cool swag out of it. And that about does it. So subscribe, we'll see you soon. Bye.